Okay, here we go. Recording live in Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza. No, I'm just playing. We're coming to you live from Palmdale Garden, baby. Shout out to Duval County. CJW, Coach John Willis, man. We're doing something different tonight. So we are about to record an episode of the Juice Box podcast. Shout out to Podbean. But we doing it tonight on YouTube live. So we streaming. So we gonna see if we could boost the channel too. Why not? Somebody gotta dominate. Why not be us? Why not be us? So I'm gonna hit the record button on Audacity. And then we're gonna get rocking and rolling. Yep. What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Juice Box. I'm your host, Coach John Willis, and I appreciate you joining us for the night. Uh, we got to give a shout out to all our partners. Shout out to the AWX, the Alex Willis Experience. Shout out to Max Hoops. Shout out to the CJW brand. Shout out to Dr. Bethany Nutrition. Shout out to Conboy Basketball. Shout out to all my people who doing their own thing, rocking and rolling, being great. Getting things rocking on the IG live as well. So here we go. Juice Box. Season 8, episode 2. On tonight's show, guys, we're going to talk about the impact of winning. And I'm going to give you some updates on what I have been up to and how much success we had this past season. So let's jump right into it. There are a lot of people who hire sport trainers. And please note that I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. I'm not knocking any sport trainer. We live in a different day and age where people play a sport, but then they also have like a trainer, somebody that they work out with. I didn't grow up like that. I didn't have a trainer. In fact, I didn't get with my first trainer until after I had already graduated high school. What I did was I played basketball and I went to the park and played. That's how I learned shot selection, right? Because if you're taking a bunch of wild and crazy shots, people are not going to be picking you up on the team. But it's different now. So I need you to understand that I'm not a trainer. I am a coach. I'm not a trainer. I'm a coach. And what you need to know is that you have some people that are trainers, and you have some people that are coaches that train. So here's the big difference to me. A trainer can just put you through random workouts and just have you doing random stuff. Some of it may be applicable. Some of it may help you in game. Some of it may not. So for example, does your trainer talk to your coach? I don't know. If they don't talk to your coach, then that's probably a problem. Why is that a problem? Because I think the trainer should be training you on things that you're going to have to do in game. So imagine if you went to if you were having a section on fractions in math class and you hired a tutor and the tutor got you doing graphing, then that's a waste of your money. I told my team, I coach with a club team right now. Shout out to Grit. Shout out to my boy Coach Miner, Coach Lunt, Coach Bolger. I told my team like 2 weeks ago, I said, if you have a trainer and the only thing that your trainer does, this is a basketball trainer, and the only thing that your trainer does is have you do drills with the ball in your hand for like an hour, then you should fire that trainer. You say, well, coach, why is that? No, that's not me hating on nobody. But here's the reality of it. Let's say you play the 4, right? If you play the 4, and let's say y'all play in an offense that is something that's popular is that Gonzaga ball screen motion. That's where the ball just moves from side to side. It's like a 5-out set. You dribble, guard, you set a ball screen, come in middle, and then you have another big who lifts up. So you pass across. After you screen, you roll down to the block. If they don't throw it to you on the high-low pass, then you come back up for the ball reversal, right? And it just keep going from side to side. So if that's what you're running, you might have the ball for, let's say, 3 seconds when you take the ball out of bounds. Then you're sprinting the court. Then you're going to sprint right into a ball screen. Then you got to roll to the basket. Then you're going to come back up. Then you're going to catch the ball, and you'll have the ball for another about 2 seconds. And then you'll be passing the ball again. If we multiply that out, let's say you're a college guy or girl, and we multiply that by a 40-minute game, you might have the ball 3 minutes out of the entire 40 minutes. My point is, you're gonna have to roll, you're gonna have to screen, you're gonna have to post up, you're gonna have to rebound. You're gonna have to do that a lot more than you're gonna have to handle the ball. And if you're not even asked to create with the dribble, if all you're asked to do is catch and reverse the ball, catch and pass the ball, then why would you spend an hour working on cone drills, working on your crossover, working on your in and out step back, if that's not what your team asking you to do? So the difference with me and some other trainers is I actually go and study what it is you're being asked to do. I go watch film. I'll talk to your coach, because what I'm doing is I want to make you better for your team. Simple. This season, I had a huge impact on winning. And let me tell you what we won. I created an algorithm. It's called the transition conversion rate. Shout out to the TCR. If you haven't been to the site yet, go check it out. The link, www.coachjohnwillis.com. If you are a basketball coach and you are kind of caught up in how do you need to win in transition, then the transition conversion rate system and calculator is perfect for you. You can slide in my DMs. You can send me an email. You can shoot me a text, whatever you need to do. But if you want to win, then you need a TCR, because most people are getting enough stops. The problem is you're not converting them enough. So I've done research for over 5 years. I've studied about 91 teams in those 5 years. And what I have come up with is this: if you get 35 live ball stops, that is a defensive rebound or a steal, because the game doesn't stop. If you get 35 live ball stops and you convert those at an 80% rate, that means scoring or drawing fouls, you have a 98% chance of winning. The TCR measures that. It also is tiered, right? So it can come in measuring that. I also have a series of suggested fast break, playing with the advantage type concepts that are for sale and it's for purchase. You could buy it directly, or I'll come and help teach it and install it. The impact on winning this season, my good friend David Henry over at Westside Christian, he decided that he wanted to have my TCR. And you know what? I went over there and coached as an assistant, and we were ranked number 1 in the state. And we won the state title. And we outran everybody. Impact on winning. The next thing that I've been up to, I created something that I call 90-10. And here's the essential thought. If the game is really 90% mental and only 10% physical, why do we spend 90% of the reps that we take on the physical side of the game? What 90-10 does, it focuses on your technique. It helps you be more efficient in what your team is already asking you to do. That is the 90-10 difference. This season, I worked with 3 players. Donovan Hunter, point guard at TCU, women's side. Kennedy Schuler, point guard at Oregon State, on the women's side. Now, here's the beauty in that, right? Here's the beauty in what I did with those players. Let me give you some numbers. When I met Kennedy Schuler, it was around Christmas time. Okay? So she plays the point, and at Oregon State, they run a ton of pick and roll. Okay? And the truth is, she was not being very effective in the pick and roll. So I said, you got to change this. If not, you're going to be in danger of being replaced by the transfer portal. So I put her on the 90-10 program. And what 90-10 did was it helped her become more efficient in what the coaches, Coach Ruick, does a good job, does a great job. Shout out to Coach Ruick. What I did was I helped her become more efficient in what they were asking her to do. You got to understand, Kennedy increased in points, rebounds, assists, and assist to turnover ratio. My favorite number is this. Before working with me, Kennedy Schuler's assist to turnover ratio was 0.78. We like that to be 3-1. In the first 10 games, it was 0.78. The last 10 games, when she was working with me, it was 4.58. 3-game winning shots, including a WCC title. So how does 90-10 work? Thought you never asked. So in 9010, what I do is I give custom scouting reports, film breakdowns, and there's on-court training. So for example, shout out to Kennedy Schuler. One of the things that Kennedy was doing was she was doing a lot of 1-foot finishes. And I know that it looks pretty when you jump off 1 foot and you shoot a scoop layup. But the problem with that is you get bumped. And in a college game, when you getting bumped like that, referee's not calling foul like that. They letting that go. So what's happening is you getting bumped off your spot, you missing the layup, or you flying out of bounds and you're not in a position to rebound the layup, right? That happens. So I had her playing off 2 feet and her statistics went up drastically. She started finishing around the rim. She started drawing more fouls. She started shooting more free throws, which is an increase in efficiency. If you are playing pick and roll basketball and you can get to level 1, meaning 6 feet or closer to the rim, and let's say you get down there 5 times, and on 3 of them you draw fouls, on 2 of them you make the layup, you making those free throws, that's 100% efficiency. That's what we want. That's why we do it. Shout out to Kennedy Schuler. We also work with Donovan Hunter. One of my favorite numbers about Donovan Hunter is Donovan started attacking the lane, man, and just getting in there and playing off 2 feet. Donovan went from playing 20 minutes up to 33 minutes on average. You know, increased in points, increased in assists, increased in steals. And by the way, Donovan Hunter is a lockdown defender. Just let me put that out there in the atmosphere. I know you got like a lot of players who the league is moving toward these dynamic guards like Caitlin Clark, you know, Sabrina Ionescu. Like, shout out to those hoopers because they out here getting buckets. But I'm telling you, if you got in a lab as a mad scientist and designed how you was gonna guard one of them, you're gonna come out with a Donovan Hunter. And for the record, I need you to know this. On players who averaged 16 points or more, Donovan Hunter held them to an average of 45% lower on their shooting percentage. It's clamps. It's Clamp City. It is Clamp City. So we want to shout out to Donovan Hunter. Shout out to TCU. TCU with a Big 12 championship win, regular season and tournament. Shout out to Donovan Hunter for having a career high of 18 points in the Sweet 16 game. What? So beautiful. Shout out to 9010, man. Last example I got for you is my guy Corbin Ceasy. Corbin was at Lake Oswego, transferred over to Tigert. I need you to understand this. Tigert was a 2-win team. Corbin transferred over there. They got one other new guy, Seth. Corbin made 25 threes as a junior. Do you know this year he hit 65 threes? That's a 43-point make difference. 4-0. 40. Shout out to 9010. I just wonder how many other trainers can say, man, this kid made 40 more threes from the things I was helping him work on. I can say that because that happened with Corbin. I don't know if you can say it, but I can say it. They might need to call me the hitman. You know why? Bret Hart. Because you know what he say? All my old heads know what he say. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. So that's what we've been doing. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about is called a right fit. The Right Fit is a program that helps you decide what's the right fit as a college, help you decide where you should go for college. And what we do is we look at what is the right fit for you. So there's a series of questions that I ask, like we talk about location, we talk about like coaching style, playing time, cost, different things like that as a base, what you want to study, etc. And that is a baseline for us. And in doing that, what we then turn around and do is we look at it and we say, okay, so based on your answers to these questions, this would be an ideal fit for you to go, right? So we help people. Right now, Corbin had nothing last year. And he got with the right fit and got with 90-10. And you know what? He's going to Porterville to play basketball in California. We got another one. Zaire Winesberry out of Tacoma. He got with the right fit. And you know what? He going to Oxnard Community College in California. So again, our stuff works. Our stuff works. Our formula works. If you're looking to impact winning, if you're looking to be a better player, if you're trying to figure out where you're going to college, that could be any sport. You don't even have to play a sport to use the right fit. You can if you're an athlete. But if you're just trying to go to college and you're trying to figure out where should I go, like this is the number one problem. There are a lot of people who are sitting around thinking that college scholarships are just going to fall out of the air like a raindrop. And that's not how it works. You got to do some homework, man. You got to put yourself out there. Again, DM me, message me, email me, text me, whatever you need to do. And you can sign up for the Right Fit program. If you're a senior right now, the Right Fit, we have a 4-week intensive program. If you're an underclassman, we got a 12-week program that'll help you and help you create a recruiting guide, a guide to your recruiting. That's what we do. That's what we do. That is what we do. All right. Shout out to B Moore. That's my guy. Back home at the crib. It's just I had such a fun time this season, being able to watch the game and help these people. So that's that. The last thing I'm going to touch on this episode is our beloved Los Angeles Lakers. As you know, we got put out the playoffs yesterday. Now, the playoffs in general this year, let me just add this. The playoffs in general this year, I think these have been some of the worst officiated playoffs in a long time because there has been this battle cry that the NBA need to be more competitive and, we need to do X, Y, and Z. That has been the feeling. That has been the feeling all season, talking about our viewership down and all these other things. And now I think we're seeing these players, these outstanding players get injured. Like, think about it. Ja Morant got injured. Jimmy Butler got injured. Steph Curry got injured. Dame Lillard got injured. And a lot of this stuff is from some crazy fouls. Well, we can call the game a little bit tighter and we can clean it up. But it seems like there's been a desire for this rougher, more physical play. And I don't mind you playing physical. I just don't want to see nobody get hurt. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I'm watching the playoffs and I'm watching Golden State, I want to see Steph and Draymond and Jimmy Butler. I don't want to see Kevon Looney. Sorry. If I'm watching the Milwaukee Bucks, I want to see Dame Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't want to see whoever backing him up. So protect the guys. Now to our beloved Lakers. We had a really good regular season. We did some things. We won 50 games. That was great. It's been a long time since we won 50 games. Shout out to all the people who riding LeBron real heavy. It just lets me know you know nothing about basketball, or you didn't watch the Lakers when we was getting beat by Phoenix with Kobe. Uh so anyway, I think Coach JJ Redick did a good job during the regular season, but I think he got out coached in the playoffs. It makes no sense, especially you look at game 4, man. Well, first off, the whole fourth quarter, all series long, the Lakers did not execute worth anything. And our offense lacks organic shot attempts, right? Like you run offense to create organic shot attempts, makeable shot attempts. And our offense was just not doing that. It was too stagnant. We standing around watching everybody, Luka the Don just dribbling the air out the ball, and we can't guard nobody defensively. Like our help side rotations were terrible. We're helping the no man's land, right? We're not close enough to impact the ball, but we're too far away to get there and close out. So it was just a lot of technical things that I felt like we should have did better. It looked like to me like our coach had 1 year of fourth grade coaching experience. He's a brilliant mind. I think he's going to be really good as a coach. But he got out coached this series. So anyway, man, it's always going to be Lake Show. But I just think we got out coached. And, in game 3, we didn't sub anybody out. That's crazy to me. We got a 40-year-old man, and we got somebody who ain't in shape. And we got them playing the whole second half. That's crazy. That's what I mean by got out coached. We didn't make any adjustments. We were trapping Ant-Man in game 1 and gave him the same look in game 2. And then he just destroyed us in game 3 and 4. So not game 2, I'm sorry, game 3 and 4. He just destroyed us in games 3, 4, and 5. So we got to change something up. I like Coach Redick. He was just in over his head, got out coached. I do think he'll bounce back. I think he's gonna be a great fit for us in the future. As far as the King goes, I hope he retires. I don't think he will retire like this because the NBA is gonna want him to do a farewell tour. But that's that. All right. Let me know. You can slide in the comments. You can slide in the chat. Let me know if you got questions or if you got a suggestion or if there's a topic you want to hear me talk about. DM me or you can email me so we can get it cracking. All right. Cool. Grace and peace to everybody on.